The health topic that I chose was malaria in sub-Saharan Africa and how technology can mitigate the spread of the virus. Now, malaria has been of great concern for many years throughout the poor communities, especially in Africa, which suffers from the more affected places. Its rapid spread of the virus due to the vector which it travels in makes malaria a much greater threat and much harder to control than other viruses. Malaria, according to Alexander K. Rowe, is the leading cause of child death in sub-Saharan Africa, where it is most humid and temperatures rise to very high levels, creating a perfect environment for mosquitoes who carry the virus to thrive and infect communities. These environmental conditions make contracting the malaria virus much more susceptible to families and communities who live in these conditions, but also the lack of resources and medical attention that these communities receive creates a hardship in controlling and treating already infected individuals. In a study conducted during 1995, about 766,000 deaths caused by malaria among children younger than 5 were reported, as well as 742,000 in 2000. Close to no change was reported in the data collected in the 5-year interval, indicating that no substantial change was enforced in order to mitigate the spread of the deadly virus. Some strategies that were introduced in order to decrease the number of mosquitoes has been the introduction of DDT. The use of insecticide proved to be effective in the countries in which it was tested, but it proved to be effective against mosquito vectors, and less in reducing malaria because the migration of vectors or humans from unspraying villages were not a significant factor, and thus malaria was still being spread at the same rate. Now, there are more ways that malaria is being prevented, through nets that are placed over the beds of individuals that mosquitoes cannot penetrate and other practical practices. But the most effective way to prevent deaths and the spread of malaria is to receive the right medical attention and regular checkups with local doctors. Although these options are particularly difficult for those families that reside in villages in which medical attention is practically unreachable, the implementation of clinics and doctors in rural communities are equally essential to mitigate the spread of malaria. The article in which I based my information on focused on the regions of sub-Saharan Africa in which malaria was more likely to occur, which included populations with high amount of humidity and unsanitized water. Those were the places where more deaths had occurred and more people were infected by malaria, as well as where less medical attention was received when children contracted the virus. Technology has expanded to great lengths. The way we communicate and perform certain tasks that were right near impossible not too long ago are now possible. There is an app in which individuals can check if they have contracted the malaria virus with a single drop of their blood in a smartphone. The Lifeline smartphone app has been more than 94% accurate in the test that it has ran compared to the 40% rate of accuracy that rapid diagnostic tests have. The way it works is you take a drop of blood from a patient and put it on a slide with a marker, a dye that only the malarial parasite can absorb. Then, take an image of the slide with a smartphone equipped with a tiny lens given 350 times magnification, and you can see the blood cells at the cellular level. With the image captured in the smartphone, you can take a cell count using a detection algorithm that identifies different artifacts in the image that identifies red blood cells, and from there you can identify the malaria within those red blood cells. These advancements can prove to have great benefits in the early detection of malaria and thus mitigate the deaths of children throughout sub-Saharan Africa. Thank you and goodbye.